look, this is not a political channel. I know you all have political views and are going to vote, but instead of making it a personal thing, right? Think about it, right? Look at the history and look what's going to happen. Who's better for the markets, Republicans or Democrats? Okay, there is history, right? You can look at every 4 years of a presidential run and figure out, where things stand, right? So according to Kobesi Letter, my hat's off to Kobesi Letter. I love them. I follow them on X. Please go do the same. They have amazing, amazing information that they put out. I look at their information religiously now. Okay. I'm on X. You can follow me there at Sergio Aved. I'm pretty active there for both channels. And I put a video out last week how to trade the elections through DJT. DJT is Donald J. Trump's media company stock. Extremely volatile. Do not follow me on that one. What I'm doing is extremely extreme. It's not complicated, but it's very risky. And I want to make sure you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. Trading the elections through DJT is it will give you more white hairs than you need. So, but I did put out my strategy, and so far it's worked beautifully. But you guys need to be really, really careful with that. The other way you can trade the markets is through Kalshi. Kalshi is like a betting site. Look, I'm not going to do any of it, but a lot of people are doing it, and according to that, Kamala Harris is showing a comeback last week or so. Trump and this is the betting line, actually, the red line and the blue line. Red line obviously for Trump. Trump's odds of winning for 59%. It's closed down some more. Actually, it's down to like 53, 54%. So I was looking at the betting side before we came on, and Kamala's is up to like 47%. So the race is tight. Supposedly Trump had a 20-point range. Lead. I don't know. I think the race is pretty tight, especially in key swing states. And so who's better for the markets then? Okay, so Republicans or the Democrats? Forget Trump or Kamala. Well, first of all, whoever's going to win the House and the Senate, because the president, I think, is powerless. I think what the president, they have veto power, obviously, but other than that, who makes the laws, right? People who are in the House and the Senate for 30 years, 20 years, right? And you can see the same faces for 30 years, these 80-year-olds running the country in the Senate, specifically in the Senate, because they have no term limits, right? They can get reelected. An 80-year-old deciding, talking about AI, we have no idea what's going on, right? How to protect our country from the perils of AI potentially. And then these people are just there forever. And I think they should have term limits, personally speaking, the senators especially, because I think those 100 senators are running the country. In general, the market has actually, a lot of you may think that the market has done better under Republicans because Republicans are more fiscally responsible, let's say. Not so. Republicans, a lot of you may think that Republicans cut taxes, it's better for the markets. They're deregulate. That's better for the markets. Not so. If you look at the history of Democrats versus Republicans, the lead is in the Democrats. Whenever Democrats are in the White House, the market does a little bit better. I'm not talking like massive amounts. What I'm trying to say is that whoever's in the White House, the market always has done well. If you look back 100 years, the market's average return, yes, it had, the 2008 GFC where the market fell out of bed by 60%. Yes, it had the COVID. Yes, we had the dot-com bubble. We have these things every 10, 12 years, some black swan events as well. Doesn't make a difference. Whoever's in the White House, if you sit there, buy an index, dollar cost average, you're going to do extremely well because the average return is 10%. And whoever's in the White House, I studied this. I looked into it. I thought the Republicans would have done better for the stock markets, but not so. Democrats have a little bit of an edge as far as what the general market does. Now, do you own the general market? You can through ETFs like spiders and triple Qs, but a lot of people don't, unfortunately. What they do is they go chase stocks, right? So if you own one stock, market could be making all-time highs and your stock could be going down every day. doesn't make any difference. So that's why I kind of highly recommend, highly recommend that you guys just invest through ETFs, unless you're at my level, where you can find these nuggets or, you know, needles in haystacks. Then you can outperform the general indexes, right? So final word on this, Democrats are better by a small margin over the past, you know, history of stock markets. They both had periods where markets have swooned, you know, took a dump. But overall, if you look at it, Democrats in the White House, I'm not talking Senate or the you know, House, are better for the stock markets, although the average is about 10%, if you look at it on a neutral basis. Okay, so yeah, and I was actually surprised about that too, because I thought Republicans would be a little bit better, but they're not. Look at the last 4 years, Biden and Kamala, market's up. Previous 4 years, market was up until COVID happened, right? So irregardless, whoever's in the White House, the markets are doing well, and you should be participating in there. So the